Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are making this simple Bubu dress for a child. First and foremost, I'm going to mark out the neckline, which is 2.5. Then I'm going to mark out the shoulder because they cut together sleeve, and I mark out 14 inches. So for the back neckline, I mark out 1 inches for the back. Then for the front neckline, I mark out 6 inches. Okay, so I'm going to connect the back neckline together. I also connected the front neckline, and please note that I'm drafting the back pattern first. Okay, because of the ruch design, I'm drafting the back pattern first. So for the shoulder slope, I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I used my ruler to connect a straight line to my neckline. Then I also mark out 8 inches for the opening of the armhole. Okay, ignore the first line you're seeing there. I mark out 8 inches for the opening of the armhole. Then I also marked out my full length, which is 34 inches. Okay, now the 34 inches is included with the hemming allowance. Then I use my ruler to connect it together. Once I'm done connecting the lines together, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now draw a straight line, okay, from my hemming line down to where my armhole opening is. I just draw a straight line just like so. Then from my armhole opening, I came in by 2 inches, and I also curved it. Okay, draw a curve just to connect it to the straight line. Once I'm done with that, next I'm going to do is just to cut out my back neckline and also cut out the shoulder slope. Then once I'm done cutting it out, I would remove the back panel, and I also draw 1 inch, marked out 1 inch, and I folded it for the front pattern. The reason why I did this is because the 1 inch is for the ruch design. Okay, so now that I've folded it in, next I'm going to do is I'm now going to draw my front neckline. I'm now going to mark it out, then I'm going to cut it. So once I'm done cutting out my front neckline, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm now going to cut out the fabric, both the front and the back. I'm going to cut it out together just like what you are seeing in the video. So after cutting it out, this is what we are left with. Okay, so now for the sewing part, it's not so detailed because of memory storage in my phone. Now if you find this video helpful, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and also drop a comment. Okay, please guys, subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.